Backed by new Chinese owners, AC Milan have made a real statement of intent this summer after spending over £150 million on new signings. Both Milanese clubs have fallen by the wayside in recent years, but AC are the ones making serious attempts to get back to the top table of Italian football once more. It's not hard to see why they've seen fit to splash so much cash either. Last year saw Juventus win a record-breaking 6th consecutive Scudetto in a row, their 3rd Coppa Italia in a row, and reached their 2nd Champions League final in 3 years. After having 2 titles stripped from the record books and being relegated to Serie B following the Calciopoli scandal of 2006, Juventus have well and truly dominated in recent years. Great teams usually tend to succeed in limited cycles of a few years before their hegemony is challenged, key players or managers leave, and the rise of other sides see them fade away. This hasn't happened to the Bianconeri so far, but it has to happen sooner or later. Here are 6 ways Milan can stop Juventus from winning Serie A again. At 1, stop selling key players to Juve. Juventus' latest rise to greatness coincided with Milan's sale of Andrea Pirlo to the Turin club. And while it would be disingenuous to say this was the main reason behind the sea change in Italian football, it's definitely something to think about. Milan have tied down one key player in Gianluigi Donnarumma, and most fans aren't too upset about Matteo De Siglio joining Juventus, but there are rumours that another one of their young stars, Manuel Locatelli, could be on his way there too. The midfielder is also linked with the Juve City rivals Torino as a potential mateweight in a deal for Andrea Bellotti. This would be a far better deal for Milan, who would get a lethal forward and avoid strengthening their rivals. They've taken 2 steps forward by capturing Leonardo Bonucci and weakening Juve. Now they need to make sure they don't take one back. At 2, sign a striker. With Gianluca Lapadula leaving the club, Carlos Bacca's consistency leaving a bit to be desired, and Mbaye Niang failing to impress on loan at Watford, it's clear Milan must sign a top-class forward to complement their other impressive signings. Higuain, Dzeko, Icardi, Mertens and Bellotti were all pushing 30 Serie A goals last year, and Milan need a striker of similar calibre if they're to topple Juve. Napoli and Roma ran them close through sheer goal-scoring prowess last time around, and Milan could yet do the same. Milan have already signed Andre Silva from Porto, but Aubameyang, Morata and Bellotti have also been linked with moves to the San Siro. Any, especially the Italian, with a proven Serie A goal-scoring record, will go some way to solving the Rossoneri striking problem. At 3, now the blend of youth and experience. What's Italian for "you'll never win anything with kids"? Milan will be looking to Leonardo Bonucci to provide the sort of leadership he offered at Juventus, and have made him a club captain for the 2017-18 season. But other experienced players such as Christian Zapata weren't dependable during big matches, so Vincenzo Montella needs to be brave and put some faith in youth as well. Having signed 7 players aged 26 and under, the Milan boss needs to back them, especially those on the younger end of the scale. Kessie, Conte and Andre Silva will be playing for a truly huge club for the first time. Take advantage of their undoubted talent, give them freedom and licence to play their natural games while surrounding them with enough older experienced heads to get them over the line and win matches. Number 4, get the team to gel. With all the understandable hype around the new, project at the San Siro, it's worth pausing to ask whether the excitement over signings can ever possibly be matched by what fans see on the pitch. Montella is relatively experienced, but is still a young manager, and he'll have a job on his hands trying to blend so many high-profile new signings into a settled starting 11. It's easier said than done, but this isn't a career mode on semi-pro, and developing a cohesive unit both on and off the pitch will take work. History has shown that it's not always a smooth process, and Montella will need all his man management skills to deal with an influx of new players and long-standing ones coming to terms with the reduced playing time. 5. Take advantage of a changing of the guard at Juve. Although the opposite might seem true, Juventus' dominance can't last forever. With such heavy investment at Milan and the breakup of the Bianconeri's all-conquering side, this seems like a good time as any. But the Rossoneri must be ready to strike if Juventus do slip up. Dani Alves and Leonardo Bonucci, hugely important parts of their stern defence, have already left, and Alexandro continues to be linked with a move to Stamford Bridge. Breaking up winning sides to bring in fresh, hungry players is a tried and tested tactic, but we don't care who you are. Losing 3 defenders of that calibre will have an effect on your side. As unthinkable as it might seem right now, this could be just a hint of fallibility required to encourage Milan to kick on and upset the odds next season. At 6, make the club more of a global brand. It's not just on the pitch that Juve have jumped streets ahead of the competition. A lot was made of their rebrand, and most of our dads are still muttering about it being a load of modern football rubbish. Whatever you think of it though, right now there's only one Italian club making strides to becoming a global mega club, and that's the old lady. But Milan are on a tour of China, armed with the star names to make an impact in the Far East. Like it or not, marketing and worldwide appeal are part of modern football, and clubs that want to exceed have to accept that and play up to it. Nothing will help sell Milan to a worldwide audience like success on the pitch, but making a start on it now will lay the foundations for years to come. Increased global appeal will lead to the club making more money in the long term and having the status to challenge Juve and other rivals for signings in the future. We know you're going to kick off in the comments, but that's just the way it is. That was Coppa 90's 6 ways Milan can stop Juventus from winning Serie A again. What do you think? Leave a comment below and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Coppa 90. Ta!